Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to an Alex is Shook reaction. And I am super excited because for today's video, we might have counted her out too soon because Alexis has returned, coming back with part 3 of her exposing ALR Q&A. And this time she has brought a ton of receipts showing that Tommy is actually talking ill of Amber to random people. I know a lot of people did not like her previous video that she put out, but I guess that was kind of just an update video where she was at while she was still working on this one, because she brought it, giving us behind the scenes information on not just Tommy, but also Wifey and these other girlfriends that ALR has been talking to this past year. It's like 4 or 5 at this point. What is Amber gonna think when she sees Tommy talking negatively about her? We know that any little thing could send her over the edge. Where has she been? Where's her response to all of this? Well, before that, let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? All right, so we're going to start here about 2 minutes in. In the beginning of the video, she talks about how behind the scenes, Amberlynn has a soft spot for Jordy, supposedly, and details an incident where Amberlynn saw a Pennsylvania license plate in Kentucky and thought that Jordy was stalking her. Dang, has our girl gotten paranoid or what? Nobody, well, at least no reaction channel, is parked outside of her apartment with the binoculars. Although, y'all remember when she was living in that small town in Kentucky, someone from a Facebook group or something, I think they lived in that small town, they went to the same vet and they took a picture of her like walking out of the vet. That was one of our first pictures of ALR just out in the wild. So let's begin.
So this question asks, did Amber say anything to you about Beck's new partner?
Beck's new partner, she looks so good, so cute.
Amberlynn said she didn't know anything about Beck's new partner when I mentioned it to her.
Probably a lie.
But then she asked to see the post, and I had made a comment like, "Aw, Becky looks so good, and their partner is like really hot."
Ooh, girl, wrong move. Amber's not going to be happy with that.
And needless to say, she did not appreciate that comment. But she didn't speak on either of them in that very moment.
Why does she harbor so much resentment for Beck? I mean, they did everything for her. During that 2019 era, they were cleaning her with a rag in bed. Beck did everything for her, and yet she harbors so much resentment. I get that it was messy at the end, but still, let it go, girl. I mean, this is just not a good look because she was there for her in her time of need. Makes Amber look horrible.
The most that Amberlynn has ever said to me is basically that Becky is money hungry and is capitalizing off of their relationship through live streams. But honestly, Destiny did that too. And with what they both had to deal with, especially Becky, pop off, make your coin.
I know that it's kind of a thing in the community that Beck only comes to YouTube when she needs money. But if you think about it, if she really was money hungry, she would be on here making video after video after video. And I just think that YouTube is not for her. She doesn't really like doing YouTube videos. She doesn't have that YouTuber personality. She can't turn it on. She can't turn it on. Becky kind of stays away from social media. Plus, it is just too much. And I don't think that she wants to sit here talking about her ex all the time. And that is where she got her notoriety. So people would expect that. That's why Beck stays away. So I wouldn't say she's money hungry, or there's just so much more that she could do. If that's what she wanted, money, there's so much that she has left on the table.
The only person who hasn't spoke out about Amberlynn yet,
Wifey Jade,
is Jade. But Jade, if you're listening, I have the platform for you to speak out on. I would love to hear from you. So with that,
oh my goodness. Do you think Wifey would speak to Alexis? I think that they did talk behind the scenes.
The next question is there any proof / validity to the DV allegations against Jade? I find it hard to believe because of Amber's history with lying on previous partners and also admitting to being the violent one at one point.
Right, because we heard about this, a potential DV situation from Erica Valentine, but Erica Valentine only got that story from Amberlynn. So we only have that side of the story. We haven't heard anything from Wifey, and I think that's how it's going to be. I don't think that Wifey is going to come forward and address any of this. I don't think she wants anything to do with this at all. She's gone.
So when Amberlynn and Jade broke up, they were obviously still living together. And after we had established that her and I are just going to be friends.
Still sleeping in the same bed, same thing she did to Destiny. We know that ALR made Wifey sleep in that bed.
And she had already moved on to Danielle. Her and
Danielle.
Jade and I would sit on three-way phone conversations pretty often. Sometimes the conversations lasting like 5, 6, 7 hours. And honestly, Jade never gave me any red flags.
So she knows Wifey. They were talking for like 6 hours straight. How much was Wifey speaking? Or was it just mostly Amber? Amber interjecting. Don't say that, probably.
She always just came off as like cool, level-headed, patient, hardworking, kind, intelligent. And I don't even know why she wanted to date Amberlynn in the first place.
Okay, so Wifey really was that perfect partner.
And Amberlynn did tell me that she has hit Jade before and
Of course she has.
used to go through her phone periodically.
What did she do to Beck? Because that is one thing that Beck has never spoken about, period.
Like while Jade was in the shower. But she did
Looking through her
mention one
phone.
time that they were fighting and Amberlynn slapped her and I guess Jade like pushed her and she fell to the ground. And I think it was a bigger deal than it actually was because
Right, because Amber falling to the ground is a bigger deal than someone that is not 500 pounds falling to the ground. How did she get up?
Amberlynn obviously couldn't get back up by herself. And she said Jade
Exactly.
didn't come to help her right away, but
Oh my goodness, she just like left her on the floor? Well, she slapped her.
I don't know if I would have either if I was in Jade's position. I mean, I'm sure Jade could have fought her back. So
I wonder what she was so upset about that she slapped her. And going through her phone, Amber is so paranoid.
if the worst she's ever done is pushed her and Amberlynn fell over, I wouldn't say that this is like a valid DV allegation.
And then imagine if Amber did find something on her phone. Amber would probably play that game where you hint to the allegations, try to get the person to confess. She wouldn't come out and just accuse her. Just another way to manipulate, right?
Also, during one of these three-way conversations, Jade had made a comment like, oh, Alexis, like, you're really cute. You remind me of one of my exes. And then I guess after the conversation ended, Jade asked Amberlynn for my number, but obviously Amberlynn was not going for that, which is valid. We don't have each other's numbers or anything, and I haven't spoke to Jade since she dropped Amberlynn off in Oklahoma. Also, right before Jade was supposed to take Amberlynn to Oklahoma, they were fighting pretty bad. So Jade was like, I'm not taking you. I don't care. Ask Alexis.
Oh, no way. She was going to leave her in Kentucky. No free ride. Because that's a lot. Kentucky to Oklahoma. What was it, like 16, 17 hours? And then loading and unloading. You know that Amber can't do that. And how much did Amber bring? How much did she just leave behind in the apartment? That's a lot of work. I wouldn't want to do it, especially for someone that you are not happy with.
So Amberlynn actually did ask me to take her to Oklahoma, and
You want to take me to Oklahoma? I have no way.
I was going to get a rental car and take off of work and drive her from Kentucky to Oklahoma. But
Her and I are absolutely done, ALR says.
at the last second, Jade changed her mind and she was like, whatever, I made a commitment. I'll go through with it. And I think she felt bad about me taking off of work and having to put my life on hold for an obligation that was hers and not mine.
That final drive, I wonder what that was like. What did they talk about? How was the vibe? Was there any sort of awkward situations? Did they fight? That's a long time to be in a car with your ex. Oh, now we're going to talk about the ever mysterious Abby and Danielle. Wouldn't it be interesting if they come out and tell their side of the story? Let's continue this never-ending drama. That would be nuts. Get on the TikTok, girls. Come on, tell your side.
So this next question asks, can you give us a more in-depth timeline of all of Amber's flings? Like who came first and how long were they talking?
These aren't even really like flings. These are just people that she spoke to on Instagram, right?
So Danielle came immediately after her and I decided that we were gonna just be friends. And Amber really, really liked Danielle, but Danielle had already been in a relationship for like 10 years, I guess, already. So
what?
She gave Amber the same excuse that Erica did, which was, I'm only in this for financial reasons.
What exactly does she mean by financial reasons? She's getting money from the wife. They are getting a better deal on their taxes because they're married. What is that about, financial reasons?
Both Danielle and Erica claimed that their partner slash wife didn't work. So I'm not really sure what that was about.
Yeah, then what would be the financial reasons if they don't even have any money and you're supposedly taking care of them? We know that Brittany works. At least that is what she says. She does not work at Lowe's, though, and she is not a mental health therapist. Some people were saying she might be a physical therapist. Who knows? She just doesn't give me those vibes. I feel like she would be more put together if she was a physical therapist. She just seems like a mess to me. Yikes.
But Amberlynn believes anything you tell her if she likes you enough. And if you're just outright cheating, you kind of have to have some kind of story as to why you're cheating or why the cheating is like validated.
Justified.
So I don't necessarily know if this is the truth, but
no, girl, it's never justified. Break up with the partner. If you want to cheat on them, if you are done with this relationship, break up. I wonder how Erica was really feeling about her relationship with Brittany. Did she want to break up? Will they get back together? Is 10 years just too long? They're young people. They were together throughout their entire 20s, I'm assuming. I don't know their exact ages. Are they tired of each other? It happens.
But this is just what I know to be true. As far as Abby goes, she was just this random 20-year-old that messaged her on, I don't know, Instagram.
Oh my goodness, a 20-year-old. Was she a troll?
TikTok, some kind of platform. And Amberlynn knew she was 20 when she started talking to her. And when she told me, I was like, what is wrong with you? A 20-year-old has nowhere near the same mindset that you do. Like, part of her brain isn't even fully developed yet.
Is Amber's? Good question.
And then when I expressed that I thought that was gross, she backtracked and lied and said that she was 25. And then she lied again and said that Abby had lied to her and said that she was 25, but she's actually 20. Either way, Amber knew her real age. So
convoluted. So really she was 20 and Amber lied about it.
Age gap between them would be like me dating a 15-year-old right now. Granted, Abby is technically of age, but ew. And I guess the reason why it didn't work out is because Abby is very religious. So
that's just too young. I could not see myself with a 20-year-old. No, thank you.
She would always tell Amberlynn, like, this relationship is wrong. I can't be gay. God hates me. And
I feel like those are thoughts I would have when I was 16. Like I said, I would not want to go back there, girl. She has a lot of work to do in therapy.
And growing up in a religious household myself and having to fight so incredibly hard to be gay and being told I was wrong my entire life up until a couple years ago, I definitely understand the brainwashing and like where she came from. But like, why are you flirting with Amberlynn if you're ashamed to be gay? I don't really know. Abby was just a mess.
Why would Amber want anything to do with that? I wonder if she was telling the truth or if she was just a troll. I find it hard to believe that a 20-year-old was chasing after Amberlynn.
And
right.
She also was like an attractive, pretty girl. Not understanding the appeal for Amberlynn here, but whatever. Now, as far as the timeline goes
Shade.
with both of those relationships, they were definitely overlapping, but Amberlynn would have chosen Danielle over Abby in a heartbeat. And before Amberlynn and I
guess Abby was just someone she talked to for a little bit, not a very important character in this.
stopped talking, they were still popping in periodically here and there. And she has spoke with both Danielle and Abby while being in a relationship with Tommy. And speaking of Tommy,
she talked to Abby and Danielle even after Tommy
while being in a relationship with Tommy.
Yikes.
And speaking of Tommy,
okay, here's the tea.
This is one of the conversations that I received from a random TikTok user.
Okay, we have to stop and read this because this is just wild. I really have to ask, why is Tommy just talking to random people on TikTok? Did she not learn anything from this situation? She's just going to spill her guts to a stranger? All right, let's read this conversation. This was just a random person that slid into Tommy's DMs on TikTok, and she spilled her guts. The random person says, "Are you and Amber really over? Unfortunately, yes. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I genuinely thought you were her happy ending. The world sucks. I genuinely liked being around her and spending time with her. We like a lot of the same things, but the trolls went too far." Yes, it was all the trolls' fault. Wow, I don't know what to even say. Why can't you keep in contact but away from the public eye? Well, I found out too that she was talking to Erica while we were together, like the whole time. So this proves Amberlynn to be a complete liar. She came on and basically said that this whole situation, the reason her and Tommy were breaking up was because of people online, the trolls, the haters. She never mentioned that she was talking to Valentine Erica at the same time. The conversation continues. I wasn't expecting you to say that. I have to ask you something though. Please don't take it the wrong way. Sure. Are you into feederism? Literally no judgment here. And then Tommy replies by saying, no, I'm not into the feederism. I don't know if I believe that because of what we have seen on the Phoebe page. I don't think that was strictly for monetary gain. It's hard to believe that she is into SS or USS BBWs and not into the process that gets them there. What do you guys think? Because she has admitted to being into USS BBWs. It kind of throws me for a loop. I think that she's only saying that because of what happened. Understood. Is Erica's wife staying with her? How did you find out? I have no clue if they are, and frankly, I don't care. I'm so over all this drama. I just want to grieve in peace. Grieve the relationship? Asks the random person. Grieve my Colleen, says Tommy. If you don't mind me asking, how were you open to dating Amber while still grieving? I guess I went too far, LOL, sorry. It was a little too personal. I realize now I wasn't ready. I'm just lonely. Nothing can replace her. And then Tommy goes on to confirm that she is back in a relationship with Amberlynn.
And I'm not gonna lie, after I read this screen record, I felt really bad for Amber. And some of this conversation even took place after they were already back together. Like
That's where you lose me.
That's hectic.
I don't feel bad for Amber.
And here is the second conversation.
Here's another conversation. Okay, bring it on.
That happened with another random Instagram user.
Okay, so Tommy says she needs to stop posting and let it die. I'm sure she's making a nice amount of money off of me losing everything. So that is, ooh, okay, so she is coming straight for Amberlynn and her bag, making all of the videos that she did. We know that Amberlynn put out a few very short videos. When all of this first came to light, she was upset, crying in the videos, and then she did a live stream specifically about this, several live streams about Erica/Alexis as well. Okay, but why is Tommy going off about ALR to random people on Instagram? Did she not think it was going to get out there? The random person says, "Welcome to the Amberverse. That's why no one likes her." I'd say it really went downhill when she shit on Beck. Beck did everything for her, as we said. And Amber treated her like garbage. ALR is in it for ALR. I wonder what Amber's going to think when she sees this, because this is really going to piss her off. The fact that Tommy is talking to haters in the DM. No, that is not going to go over well with our girl. Ain't no way, ain't no how.
Like, I really want to know what Tommy was thinking when she was responding to all of these random people, making these allegations that she didn't really know who Amberlynn truly was.
Well, she doesn't. They haven't known each other for very long. Tommy follows up with this. "I wish she would have told me. She told me she absolutely didn't want me to watch any reaction channels or anything like that, and I respected that. LOL, wonder why." Tommy says, "Well, I clearly know why. LOL. She made it sound like they just pick on her for views, like silly, petty stuff. I didn't know there was actual validity behind the videos." Oh my goodness. Wait. We need the date for these. So when did this message take place? Because Alexis said on the previous message that part of it happened after they got back together. But what about this one? Because that is actually crazy. Okay, come through, T.
Because I was on FaceTime when Tommy was in Oklahoma City.
Right. Alexis was there on FaceTime with Amberlynn like the whole time. They were speaking for hours and hours, right?
And in front of me, Amberlynn asked Tommy if Tommy knew more about who Amber was than she let off in the beginning.
Oh.
And Amberlynn had asked to see Tommy's YouTube history.
She wants to see the YouTube history to see if she was watching reaction channels, clip videos, her own vlogs. What do you actually know about me? She wanted to really figure out who this girl was to make sure that she wasn't some kind of troll, right? Let's say they did move in with each other. Tommy leaves her phone on the table and goes to take a shower. Amber, as she had done to Wifey, picks it up and starts going through it. She opens her YouTube and it's signed in as one of the faceless reaction channels. That would be next level. What happens next? So Amber wanted to see her history on YouTube?
And initially, Tommy lied and said that she didn't know and she didn't watch reaction channels.
Oh.
And then when Amberlynn was persistent that she wanted to see her YouTube history, Tommy literally turned off her phone, like right in front of me, picked it up and turned it off.
Wow. So she didn't want her to see, clearly. What if she is secretly a faceless reaction channel?
Amber was eventually able to get the phone turned back on.
Okay.
And she looked through Tommy's YouTube history right in front of me. Needless to say, Tommy was a very active reaction channel watcher.
Ooh.
But the fact that she lied in her face and then turned her phone off was appalling to me.
Wait, that's kind of weird because this was before everything came to light, before all of the drama with the feeder account. People were talking about Tommy. She was exposed. This was before all of that, before Amber posted her picture on Instagram. Nobody knew what her real name is, and she was watching reaction channels. Is Tommy a troll?
Absolutely appalling. So right here, Tommy is basically outing herself by saying that she just wants someone to care about her and states that Amberlynn love bombed her, which is absolutely true. But Tommy, you also love bombed Amber as well.
Doesn't surprise me.
Wow. And are still continuing to do so.
I feel like Amber eats that shit up, though. So here's what Tommy did say. She was good at making me feel good about myself. I guess that is what is considered love bombing, and I see it now. A healthy partner should make you feel good about yourself. That doesn't have to be love bombing. I feel like this is a skewed perspective right here. It just depends on how Amberlynn was going about it. I guess it made Tommy feel like it was love bombing. I wasn't looking for anything serious because I'm still so hurt by losing Colleen, but it felt good to have someone actually care about me again, you know?
So if Amberlynn was so bad, why did you get back together with her? I guess I'm just not really understanding. And quite frankly, I don't think I ever will. Also, this is Tommy's response to stalking my TikTok and finding out about the girl who sent me the first screen recording.
Oh, wow. You're a joke, pretending to be nice and share my conversation with Alexis. Does that make you feel proud or cool or what? You're not a good person. Babe, and what are you?
Like, did you really not think this was gonna come out?
Exactly.
That's crazy. And speaking of crazy,
Here comes Amberlynn.
in January, after my ex-girlfriend and I had ended things officially, and Amber and Danielle weren't really headed in a great direction.
Amber's first message, my mom thinks I have a crush on you, LMAO. What, because you're talking to her all the time? This kind of reminds me of girls that I would talk to on the phone in middle school and high school. My parents would think that those were my girlfriends, but really they were just my girly pop.
Amberlynn made up this scenario, well, what I perceived to be made up, about how her mom asked her if she had a crush on me, to which she confirmed that she did. Shocker.
Oh.
And when I asked her why, this was her response.
She was trying to keep Alexis on the back burner just in case things didn't work out with one of the other women. She would not have to be single for much longer, no matter what.
But if you liked me so much, why did you get into a relationship with Erica 2 weeks later?
Do you think that Alexis is more upset about the fact that their relationship ended, their romantic relationship ended, really before it even began, than she is letting on? Because I am getting those vibes. Part of me does believe that. In some of the videos, some of the questions, she does come across like a scorned lover. I just have to say it. Let me read the whole message for you guys. Why do I have a crush on you? I've gotten to know you, the way your heart is, because I see the love you have to give, and I see how you want to be loved. Through our time growing as friends and our hours of phone calls, I have gotten to like you more than a friend. Being there for you when you're sad, laughing with you, and having those silent but peaceful times on the phone with you have made me see you differently than I have before. You have the cutest smile I've ever seen. Your giggle gives me butterflies. You're a lovely person who genuinely makes me laugh, and I just want the best for you. Always. I want you happy. I know we will never be together, and that's okay. I love being your best friend, and that's what matters to me. You're special. So yeah, my crush has formed recently, and I wasn't going to tell you, but since you asked, I can't lie. Girl, of course you can. It's like second nature.
Honestly, I was kind of like getting really irritated with her at this time.
Ooh, Alexis just hit her with the I'll respond to this in a second.
Because she wasn't being a very good or active friend. So looking back, I feel like this was a manipulation tactic.
Right. So she was talking to one of the other girls at this time while also sending this to Alexis?
In order to not only keep me close to her, but keep me on the back burner in case, like, it didn't work out with any of the other girls that she was talking to at the time.
Alexis was basically the understudy girlfriend. Oh my goodness, can you imagine?
But then after saying all of that, she claims that we could never be together. And then proceeds to give me this bullshit excuse of her believing that I deserve better than her.
Alexis, did you want to get with Amberlynn? Amber said, because I think you deserve better than me. And I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Girl, you and I both know very well that you were probably talking to Erica already. But if things didn't work out, I'd always be here. So you were just kind of prompting me
She was definitely talking to Erica at that point.
to see you romantically. And then she claimed she was so hurt by Danielle and
she was just keeping her as that understudy. How embarrassing. I'm sorry, Alexis, but that's embarrassing.
Jade. And I was apparently so hurt from my last girlfriend that I was only with for 2 months.
Okay, but in the text message, Alexis is saying something completely different. That what Amberlynn is saying to her is, quote, valid. She says that's valid.
That she wanted us to be in a better spot before we tried something like that. And then just basically was like, okay, friends until then? Sounds good? Okay, cool.
So she was just like keeping her there in the friend zone.
Meanwhile, I'm like, what the f is happening? And I definitely didn't see it as me being on the back burner at the time. But since I have stepped away from this relationship with her and I've been able to assess my own feelings about
So she just bought what Amber was selling hook, line, and sinker?
everything, I definitely 100% see it that way now.
That's also embarrassing.
But then she would periodically send me stuff like this.
Damn, okay, she's just going to show us the video. Look at ALR getting down, feeling herself, touching herself. It's giving crumble cookie. Let's hear the voice note. What could that be?
Amberlynn, are you okay? What? What do you mean? All I have to say is row.
What is happening?
Oh, you would never get this from me. Mm-mm.
The energy's different.
Alexis, I wouldn't share this. This is embarrassing for you. Flirting with Amberlynn. Let's get it.
The energy is a little different.
She's a scorned lover. Alexis is 100% a scorned lover. Confirmed.
Bitch, you're making the energy different. Shut the fuck up.
So, like, what was I supposed to think? And this type of behavior was displayed on and off throughout our entire friendship.
Amber was playing her just like the 4 to 5 other women that she was talking to at the same time. Alexis was just another one of the girls. Damn, Amberlynn's lesbian how?
Whether she or I were seeing someone else. The only difference is when I was seeing someone else, I did not participate. Which leads me into my next topic.
Is that the crumble cookie video?
When Cookiegate happened, I was on the phone with her, on FaceTime with her, and she was screen sharing.
Is she going to show it?
All of her conversations between her and Erica.
I'm scared.
And initially she did that because Erica, in one of her voice messages or in the live stream maybe with Jordy, had claimed that Amber said that I gave her the ick. So initially she was trying to justify that she did not say that.
Oh, please. I think Amber absolutely said that Alexis gave her the ick.
And I want to make it very clear, I did not ask to see anything. She did that on her own free will. But during her showing me everything between them, there was like a lot of nude moments.
What?
One of those moments being Cookiegate. Now, why she sent that video to my phone was because she wanted to stop screen sharing and she wanted to watch my reaction to that video. So in that last screenshot, Amberlynn had mentioned her wanting me to meet my ex-partner Chrissy in person.
I feel like that's out of character for Amberlynn because she wanted Alexis all to herself, even if she was going to remain in the friend zone. It was just easier to manipulate her that way.
And Chrissy and I aren't on good terms right now. And I know that in
That's the person that went into ALR's comments.
my second video, I had said something along the lines of, they deserve whatever thing happens to them because of them publicly inserting themselves into this.
I don't think anyone really cares about them.
They and their mother were receiving hate messages.
Really?
And messages basically saying that Chrissy should unalive themselves. And I just want to say that I don't condone that.
I don't even know if I believe it. Who even is that person? Does anyone actually care? I think they're just saying that for attention.
So please stop doing that. And Chrissy, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry that that happened to you.
I feel like that relationship is over for you, girl. and the relationship with Amber. But what if it's not? What if she becomes friends with Amberlynn again? Wouldn't that be something? All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Alexis does say at the end that she is going to do a 4th video, but there was definitely some things worth seeing in this one, especially when it came to those conversations that Tommy had with random people on social media, talking poorly about Amberlynn, just milking this situation for views and money. Tommy says that she lost everything. What does she mean by that? Because her social media posts came back to haunt her? Were there some consequences IRL that we don't know about? Or is she referencing her partner passing away months before? I really can't say for sure. Plus, the whole situation with Wifey, despite Amber painting that as the picture-perfect relationship, it was not. Are you as shocked as I am? Let me know in the comments down below. Lastly, I feel like this one really made Alexis seem like a scorned lover. She could be added to the list of ex-girlfriends at this point. It's really interesting to me that Tommy was watching reaction channels. Alexis has been watching them for years. Erica has been watching them for years. All of these girls post-Wifey that Amber has talked to were watching reaction channels and yet wanted a relationship with her. This is getting weird. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye, everyone.